Hello everyone, welcome to another garden tour video. And if you have been checking on my videos in my YouTube channel, I have been posting a lot of garden tour videos, basically month by month. And this year, this is for the second time, and it's for February, and we are in year 2026. And over the year, I have seen my garden change a lot, and not just my garden, I also have changed, which means I kind of, like changed my way of gardening and, what I want and what I don't want and all this thing. But the whole garden is all about, transformation from year to year and month by month. So I hope you enjoy this tour. And starting here with viburnum, and this is a snowball variety, and you can see there is a lot of new shoots coming up, and they are going to be lovely in near time when they're going to bloom with white flower heads just like snowball. It's going to look beautiful, and hopefully I'll be able to post video in near future. And my water fountain, and this is a water fountain garden, as I have got different rooms in my garden, and I've given them each rooms a name. And this one is from this water fountain itself, and it is surrounded by the ivy, the variegated version. And what it does is gives it a beautiful look, and also the wall is covered by ivy, which I wanted it to. And initially that was the plan. And what it's doing is it's creeping into the water and it's still surviving. So this is something new about ivy. They do survive in water as well. And they go together with this lovely variegated evergreen bush as well. And they kind of give the impression of having colors even during cold seasons. And as we are still in winter, not sort of winter, but still near the winter, at the end of the winter time, so we don't have a lot of blooms, but this gives a good vibe of blooms in the garden, so I love them. So I have got here collections of potted plants that I really love, and I do like potted plants because they are versatile and you can do whatever with them, and also you can change them around, move them around, and still they look nice. And also you can control the growth and you can control the looks as well. And my vinca minor is blooming now, and it had to go through heavy transplanting, and still it is doing very, very good. As we know that transplanting any plants is actually a risk, and some of them don't make it, but this one seemed to be doing well. And what I like about them is they have got this draping foliage that looks wonderful, just like an indoor plant, but it does well and it looks good. So really a good plant to have in your garden. And also because they look good in the hanging basket, and they kind of make give this very beautiful look of draping plant, and it's nice to look at them. It's beautiful. Okay, so this one here is blooming quite beautifully, and the color of the bloom is so beautiful. It's a violet and light violet, and very misty and really nice. So, and the foliage is also good. The daffodils that I planted last year is coming up, and they're all flowering, and they're looking very, very beautiful. And this is a sign that the garden is waking up, and also more things to look forward to. And the other side have the same thing, and I have got lots of new things coming up in this one because I've done some transplanting and replanting in this area. And this one is a snowbell, and last year it didn't do anything, but this year I noticed that it has got a bloom head. So let's see what it will do, because I was a bit concerned about my planting and thought maybe I didn't do enough. So let's see. And this is a hyacinth, I think, and I don't mind a hyacinth not having a full bloom because it's still a bloom and it still looks good. So I don't mind them, even if they fade out. And the poppies that I planted, not planted, I sowed some seed poppies, a blue Himalayan poppy, and they haven't yet sprout. I haven't seen any sign of growth, so let's see what happens. But this is where I wanted to have the Himalayan poppies, the blue Himalayan poppies. So really rare and something of challenging, but let's see, I don't know, it will do well or not, because I haven't seen a sign of growth. So let's see. And I've noticed this morning that there are some bruneras coming up, the bruneras that I had there a long time ago. And these ones been here pretty much all the time. And it has been spreading around, and it has got this beautiful purple bloom. And I think it's a kind of a variety of Campula, I think. And over here, this tree here, it's got a very difficult name. It's called Abutilon megapotamicum, and it has got this beautiful bloom. And I can see there is a bloom heads, and hopefully I'll be able to share next time when they bloom, because the bloom is really extraordinary, and it's beautiful. And over here, the Ceanothus tree is shooting out a lot of bloom heads, and during the springtime this one blooms so beautifully, and the bees and all those things, they just buzz on it like crazy. And moving on to the fish pond area, the fish pond areas is still looking good because of the evergreen cherry laurel and fatsias and those conifers. So I have been able to enjoy this part of the garden pretty much all the year round, because of the evergreen varieties that I have in there. And you can see that the hydrangeas have still got their blooms head, which I don't like to destroy or discard, because they still give a good winter interest. And once the spring or summer comes and the blooms is there, then I can remove it. For now, I can still enjoy it. Oh, there's a snail in there, finding its cozy place, I think. And this one here is a blooming kind of a cherry tree, and it has got two kinds of foliage in one tree, and probably it's a genetic defect, but I'm kind of giving it a chance because I think it still looks beautiful. So the fish pond area, basically because of this fish pond that I have, and my fish are looking very curious, and they seem to be always doing that when I'm videoing the garden, and they just love it. And I can see that there is now a nice interest to look into the corner, because it was looking empty and didn't have any much to it. So this year I planted some ferns and evergreen grasses, so it's looking beautiful. And I've got water lilies in here, some mint, and some grass as well. And this one here are my hostas that are ready, and I made it ready during the winter time, because I did last year a big mistake by transplanting them in spring. So this year I'm not doing that mistakes. And over here I've got this tulips. I don't know which variety is that, but it just came up, and I had to transplant this buddleia tree here because I didn't want it in the other side of the garden, and it wasn't blooming too well. So hopefully it will bloom here well. And there's a silk tree here. I hope it survived. And of course, I shouldn't forget to mention my roses that's going to be climbing up here. And there are two kind of roses, and one is Gloriana and the other one is Eden. And they are both very beautiful roses. So imagine what it's going to look like when they really thrive and survive. So I'm looking forward to the near growing season. And my pear trees are doing well, and hopefully this year they will have lots of fruitage, because last year I didn't get anything because, and I probably believe it's the transplanting that I had to do, and with trees. But hopefully this year I will have lots of fruits to enjoy, because they're really tasty. And Like they say, I like to see flower no matter what in the garden, and this is the side of the garden that I use it for that reason. And over here, I've got this daffodils that I rescued from the other side of the garden while I was redoing them, because I just like to rescue plants sometime, and there is a bloom as well. And the view from me here is beautiful, and you can see, even in winter, if you have lots of evergreen dotted around, it gives the feelings of having a, a sort of life in the garden. And I kind of like it. And evergreen are not as high maintenance, I believe, because they just grow and they just stay there, and it's nice to have them. And yeah, over here my water lilies seem to be waking up, and hopefully they will bloom this time. And my camellia tree that I love, and it blooms so beautifully, and its blooms has got this unique sort of stamens all over it, and it's beautiful. And I have what I've done is I've collected some woods and some trimmings and whatever while I was doing some hedge prunings, the winter prunings. I collect them in here because what happens is it will help the wildlife creatures to thrive in there, because we do need wildlife in the garden as well, and I do that for that reason. So many things are coming up here: daffodils, muscari, and more tulips. And you can see how beautiful the garden looks with the evergreen, and it gives an evergreen version of walls and everything, so I like it. And the water lily pond is looking beautiful day by day, and I'm looking forward to summertime when the water lilies emerge and they look beautiful. And this rose here is responding well to the transplanting, and I think I'm gonna create it into a tree version, a lollipop version. So hopefully I'll be successful in that one. And looking into my water lily pond, as I was mentioning in my previous video, that I am deciding on what to put, a green grass or a concrete base, and I've decided on for the concrete base because there are reasons. It is a maintenance, and also would I be able to keep up with the maintenance of the grass. So I just decided on concrete because the grass over here would be looking good, but will be hard to maintain. So I decided on it. And you can see that the sharp corners are still visible, and I don't like sharp corners, so I'm trying to diminish them or sort of camouflage them with plants. And I'm deciding to do maybe a lavender and see what happens. And as you know, that as a gardener you change over time, and initially when I was starting to garden, I wanted a lavender garden, and through time I decided not to have a lavender garden because it's boring and it's only lavender. That's what I thought. But now I'm looking forward to have a lavender garden, so maybe this will be a lavender garden. So let's see what happens. And I'm gonna be deciding on soon, and let's see. And this one over here, it's a tree that, again, transplanting, and it responded well. It has got a lovely white blooms, and hopefully I'll be able to share them in next videos. So the view over here, as you can see, oops, did you see something moving there? I think I did. And okay, there you go. So that's a frog in there, and it is pushing my aquatic water, I think, aquatic plant pot. So it actually knocked it over, and it's knocked over like this. So woo, that was shocking. And it is really shocking to see frogs at this time of the year, because it's still cold outside. Maybe it wants to say hello. Or I mean, I think it's saw me moving around in the garden, and maybe it wanted to say hello. Okay, so I hope you enjoyed that zoomed view of the frog living in here. So you can see having a little pond anywhere in your garden can do so much to the wildlife, and I'm a firm believer in that, because you just have to create them a habitat and they will just come. You don't even have to bring them, or put a loudspeaker saying, come on into my pond, water pond, and live here. You don't have to. You just have to create, and they will just come and live there, and it's a beautiful thing to see them. And I just love this wildlife friendly water lily pond. And I just love to sit down here in the evening time and then have my cup of tea and look at the reflection, look at the little ripples that goes through with the wind and animal moving in there. So it is just beautiful. And I did mention about the water lilies, and I checked on one water lilies, and it had actually rotted. So that's what you need to do. Sometimes you have to check your underground waters plant as well. And my pots are doing here well, and the muscari is come up, and wow. I put this thing over here so that the cats don't, the neighboring cats don't come and, sort of dig in here. And I don't mind the cats, but sometimes when they do diggings, it's really, I can't control that, but I can do some measures, to just prevent them from doing it. And over there, you can see the conifer, the another result of transplanting. And I did that, all the transplanting were done in the cold season, so that's why they did well. So remember to not transplant them during warm seasons. And the pots here are also doing well. And my favorite part of the garden, the tea room. And I love this space because you can see the conifer, they have grown quite bigger. And if you see my videos in the past, if you check the conifers each month, how they have grown in size, and I noticed that as I was going back through my videos. So it's amazing how plants change over time, and you don't realize it until you go back to it and see the growth. And this plant over here is not actually dead, but it is a live grass. It's one of the, I think one of the Carex variety. But it looks beautiful in here, and I love the space. And let's sit down here and see what it looks like, the view. As earlier, before videos, it was a green grass, but now it is a concrete base, and I just love to see how it looks now, as you can see. And I'm planning some planting in there, so hopefully it will be a lavender, because I seem to now like it. So because it's very easy to look after, and also it invites a lot of wildlife interests like bees and butterflies, so why not, right? So let's see what happens. And moving on to this side of the garden, which is vegetable garden for now, but I'm deciding to not do any more vegetable garden in here because it's the maintenance, and also I'm not a good vegetable gardener, and I kind of struggle with it. And I would like to really have something like a beautiful interest in here, so looking forward to that. And my potager area is looking very dimensional, means there is nothing in here, but I am growing some elephant garlic here, some perennial vegetables like kale, and also I've got this lovely I think it's broccoli, and I sowed them all from seeds, and those are it's coming up as well, the kale, and those were on the elephant lick, and I sowed them from seed, and they're doing well. And it took them so long time to grow this far. Maybe I need to compost this one a lot. And some vegetable green that I love to eat them. And overall, I like this area. And because it's small and I'm not pushing myself or pressuring myself to grow too much vegetable, because vegetable growing is a nice idea, but it's a lot of work. And I'm not a good vegetable gardener. And also I've got some gooseberries in here, and I'm looking forward to make a lot of pies in future with those gooseberries. And I planted some new blackcurrant and redcurrant plant here, as I've been liking the blackcurrants. And I had one in very far corner, doing well despite all the the neglect and everything. And last year I was able to make some jams from it, and I enjoyed the jam throughout the cold month. And I just thought I must plant something very, very useful plant like this, and they're really good looking plants. I give that to them. And over here I've got all this tulip that I planted probably 3 years ago, and they're still coming. And over here I've got this pampas grass that I've been waiting to see it bloom. And I asked one of my friend, how long it took for theirs to grow, and they said probably 3 years. So hopefully this year it might bloom and it will look beautiful, because I wouldn't plant a pampas grass just to look like a grass. I would love it to bloom, and I love pampas grass, and they're so beautiful. And some kind of I think it's caladium, and it seems to be spreading all over in the garden, and they seem to pop out in the winter time, and they still give a beautiful interest during the winter time. And I don't mind them being in the garden, because they seem to be such a part of garden now. And again, I have piled up some cuttings here for the wildlife creature to sort of hibernate. And I noticed there was a ladybird in one of the piles like this. So it makes a lot of difference, and ladybirds are very, very helpful garden friends. So invite them and introduce them and provide a home for them. And this side of the garden is looking clean now. And again, this is the mini orchard garden, and I've got some daffodils coming up here. And I like the reflection in that pond, you can see from here. And I think I think I'm quite happy with the decision of putting the patio over there, because it's easy. And with gardening you have to think about the maintenance side of garden as well, like how much are you able to keep up with the maintenance. And that's where I decided to put the patio, and I think I'm very, very happy with the decision. And it's a nice color, the patio, and it looks very bright. And the sunshine, during the sunshine, even during the cold days, it was looking quite good. So I'm happy with the decision. And this area used to be a grass path, and when I decided to put the water lily pond there, I had to sort of let the grass path go and make more space for the plants. So as you know, when something goes, there will be place for new ones. So probably for more plants. And this one here, the crocus, I don't remember planting them, but these are all coming, and they were all from different sites, so they were kind of like a volunteer. So still they're looking so gorgeous, and what a lovely sight to see. And moving on, this is my new pear tree, and I have planted four new fruit trees in this garden, and hopefully in near future I'll be able to share their growth and timing as well. And this area got a little bit of revamp this year, starting from last year. And I've got so many varieties of different interesting bush and trees there, and including these hellebores here and Kiondoxai that come out each year. They bloom so beautifully. And I've got some Irish hair, which are kind of very tricky. They bloom, sometimes they don't. And I've got some hydrangeas here. I've got a smoke bush tree here, my favorite lime green. And I've got some camellias that has been that were transplanted from different side of the garden, as they were not doing well there. So hopefully they found a good space to grow now. And I'm quite looking forward to this side of the garden, because I've done so much of adjusting, readjusting, replanting, transplanting, cutting, removing. And I'm looking forward to the next year and coming years as well, because some of those plants are very small and they will take a long time to grow. And you can see over the far corner there are some green trimmings, and I've left them there for those wildlife. As I want my garden to be wildlife friendly, as much as I want to enjoy it and make it a good space where I can come and relax and distress and recharge my batteries and all those things, as garden does bring really it does make you feel good in a lot of ways, and it gives you good exercise, and it gives you something to look forward to and all those things. So it is really a positive hobby to have. And I hope you enjoyed watching my garden tour video, and I'm aiming to post videos month by month, and last year I was able to do quite late, but this year I've started from January, so do please go back and have a look. And so we are looking to probably another 10 months, so 10 months video each month, so I'm looking forward to that as well. And please do subscribe and share or like my channel, and your support is really helpful as well. Until then, please go back to my channel and look through those videos, and hopefully you will enjoy them as well. Until then, happy gardening. Bye.